And we are back, ladies, gentlemen, knights, revenant, orcs, elves, guys. I don't care what you are. All I care is that you are here. And it's great to be in the Empire today. We're coming from the deepest and darkest dungeons. Where today, my friends, we're going to be talking about one of the most important things as a new player: how to efficiently spend those gems, the premier currency of this game, spending them effectively to maximize your starting journey inside of Raid Shadow Legends. So thank you for stopping by, and of course, big shout out to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this new account series that I've started. I've been playing this game every day, been having a ton of fun, and I've been having a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. So appreciate you guys being around for the journey. And with that said, let's get talking about this very important beginner tip video that we have for you. First, I guess one of the most important tips too, if you are a new player just starting to get involved and you haven't downloaded Raid yet, what are you missing out on? You got to get in there. Scan the QR code, link down below. You are going to get some amazing champions and resources to start you off. You'll start off by getting Tayrel, and then once you hit level 20, I believe, you will end up getting Rector Drath, which is a bangalicious character to help you get tons of heals and revives. She carried me alongside Kayle inside of the campaigns, which we talked about not too long ago. But what we're going to talk about today are your precious gems. Gems are your premier currency inside of Raid Shadow Legends. And even myself, when I first started playing Raid many years ago and then picking up Raid again, it's really easy to kind of get sidetracked, spending gems on less than ideal things. But so we have 3 go-to things you should be spending your gems on as a new player, because as you can see, maybe you want to change your name, 20 gems there. You want to buy some silver? Oh boy, you want to buy some energy? No. People, let's get focused and dialed into what you should really be spending it on. I'm just going to cut to the chase on the most important thing that you should be spending your gems on, in my opinion. And I wish I did this sooner. And unfortunately, I had to bite the bullet later on and realize, you know what? Hindsight's 50-50, not 20-20. It's 50-50 in my opinion. You either see it or you don't. In my opinion, the most important thing to do with your gems when you're first starting off is dump it into the masteries for Kayle. In general, I've been throwing this tip around. When you're starting off Raid, first off, like we said, Kayle should be your first champion you get. I mean, you can make arguments for others, but Kayle, I think, overall is one of the best champions as a starter as well. You should be putting your resources into max out this character's level, upgrading his stars, increasing his ascension levels, throwing on artifacts on this guy. And what I'm recommending for you guys here, when you are playing around, getting your Kayle up and running, you're going to get a lot of gems when you first start off in this game. What I would recommend you do is spend your gems on maxing out the masteries. Now, you can't see it now because I have it maxed out, which, by the way, if you want, this is what I used. It's just a general mastery recommendation I've gotten from other amazing players and guides out there. This is what I would recommend for the masters. But let's pick a champion that we haven't maxed out the masters yet. Let's go take a look at Tayrel. I got maxed out already. I don't know. Let's take out the Stag Knight here. So as you can see, I haven't upgraded masteries except like the basic ones. If you click on that plus sign there, 800 crystals or gems gets you all the master material you need to upgrade them. And the best thing is about these scrolls here that you're going to end up getting. Let's say you do one build and you're like, I'm going to change my mind. I don't want to do that. So you can just reset for free. You get all of your stuff back and you can reapply them. So it allows you to kind of mix and match, and you don't have to be fully married to whatever masters you pick. So that's one thing nice about this. So it costs 800 gems, as you see. Otherwise, especially as a new player, it's really difficult to get these green and red scrolls. So at the very beginning, you're going to get a lot of gems. You should be spending that on this right here. On Kayle's mastery, spend the 800 gems, max it out. Again, this is what I ended up using right here. And generally, even beyond just as what you should do as a new player through gems, I tend to find myself finding the most value with my gems using gems to increase the masteries. Like I maxed the masteries on my White Queen, Rector Drath, which again, Bangalicious character. When you get the gems, if you're gonna whale or you're gonna do it for free, it should be going to this. I feel like that's the best bang per buck that I've been getting. Let's go into number 2. So that's number 1, your masteries. Use the 800 gems. You're not gonna regret it. He's gonna carry you through your arenas, your boss battles, as well as the campaigns, which are very important. Number 2 thing that I would recommend if you're going to spend gems on are the Guardian Ring. Upgrading these slots a little bit here. Now, this right here, leveling is one of the most important things in any hero collector game, but here, you only can level up so many ways. You go to your tavern, you sacrifice characters for food, you use the XP brews, for example, or you can go through battles, which again, only thing I find bad about that is that, you're putting in a bad character to try to level, so you hope you got to win, and, you might end up losing and, wasting energy at that point. This is one of those things where as you get gems, after you take care of the Kale stuff, upgrading these, which allows you to passively upgrade characters you want to use as food, or maybe you want to use them for fusions, or you just want to upgrade these characters passively while you wait to get more materials to upgrade them through the tavern. This is the one I would also recommend getting up there. I don't know if it'd be as much bang per buck as Kale, because Kale gives you that immediate bang per buck return. Things like the Guardian Ring and the next I'm going to talk about, it's more of a return over time. Over time, the longer you play Raid, the more value you're going to end up getting with things like the Guardian Ring, where again, depending on what level the champion is and whatnot, you're going to get so much XP per hour. So again, while the game is just doing its thing, you're not playing it, your characters are leveling up. So again, another way to try to level up champions in this game is always going to be very appreciated. Now, this is what I ended up spending my gems first, and I don't know if I would recommend this being the first place you go to. Again, Kale, upgrading him. It's one of my biggest regrets I didn't do on my first account and my second account that I started up here. The Gem Mine. Now, I can understand why you would be gravitated towards this. Because I did the same thing too, 2 times in a row. And now that I've been playing Raid a lot more hardcore, it's like, I don't know if I would do this right away. I would do this if you're committed to playing Raid for at least 100 days. This is where the Gem Mine would come to. Now, I don't know if I would upgrade the Gem Mine more than the level 1, because the more you upgrade it, the more time you gotta wait to recoup the gem investment that you put into this. When you unlock the Gem Mine, it more or less takes 100 days to recoup that, assuming you come back and you make sure you claim the gems whenever the mine fills up, because it's not going to overflow. You have to, it hits the max, you got to redeem it. So that's the only downside, that you're going to invest into this and you're not going to see it for at least 100 days. So as I said, don't invest into this if you think, you're just trying out Raid. You don't know. You don't know if you're going to be here for a while, but you know you're going to, because you're having a good time, of course. But over time, once you start taking care of the Kale business, the Gem Mine makes sense, especially if you're going to be playing for months, years. That's when the investment starts coming. It's like any investment out there, it takes time to see that ROI. Here, it's going to take about 100 days, assuming, again, you log in every day, you play every day, you're collecting your gems whenever they cap out every single day. Because as you see here, it gets to production one gem every about 5 hours here, and it only goes up to a capacity of 5. Now, you could upgrade, which I haven't, because again, when you upgrade it, that's going to extend the time required to recoup that return on invest. But at least level 1, I think, is a good place to go. And of course, there is a lot of other ways to use gems. Like, for example, your energy, which you can refill. I generally, especially as a new player, I'm a month in already, and I still feel like I have enough energy to hold me back. They give you tons of energy so you can keep playing the game. Would recommend that. I also, I will admit, these are all bonus things that I just want to talk about. I'm not saying, buy energy, but if you do run out of energy, of course, that's one way of using it. But this is new player oriented. It's also very tempting to buying the pile of silver. I would lie if I said I didn't waste some gems here. I have spent, I wouldn't say I wasted, because I got immediate value out of it. But I have spent, for example, some gems on the sack of silver, because I'm like, I'm trying to upgrade an artifact or trying to live into taverns. Like, I just need a little bit more. I'll pick it up. I would advise against, unless you're swimming in gems, you're going to spend money on gems, whole different thing. But I have found myself buying these. I don't know if I would recommend it, because again, silver, you're going to burn through fast, and you can easily get it by just playing the game. Do your multi battles, go to the dungeons, do your campaigns. You'll get more silver in the meantime there. But overall, again, to keep it nice, short, and simple, to recap one more time, my friends, Kale. Even beyond masteries, your resource should be focused into him. Spend the 800 gems to increase his masteries. Afterwards, I would look into the Guardian Ring, so you could try to level up as many champions as once for the variety of things you're going to need him for. And then, once you're ready to commit longer into Raid Shadow Legends, then yeah, the Gem Mine is where I would recommend spending it, because over the long term, you're going to get your value right back where you want it. And I guess you could also upgrade some stuff here, which I've done. I don't know if I would 100% recommend upgrading this here. I mean, I pick up the mystery, or the, what is it called? The basic shards here. Mystery shards. Yeah, I was right. The mystery shards here. But I think you're going to get better bang per buck with your silver and other stuff down the road. Sometimes there are some good artifacts, or, some things you might want to get. But overall, I think in terms of what you should be doing as a new player, Kale, Guardian Ring, Mine, keep it nice, short, and simple. Those are the 3 things you should do. And again, like I said, people, if you haven't already, use my link, scan the QR code. Let's get involved and have a good time. And of course, if you are a new player, feel free to check out if my clan has availability. The Real Gary Legion, GAN1 is the abbreviation. Right now, we have a very dedicated and active clan that we have here. Once in a while, though, I see some people, they haven't been around for a few days, so I'll take them out and leave it open. First come, first serve. We have a lot of fun over here, and I'm hoping you're going to have as much fun as I have been inside of Raid Shadow Legends. I think I already said it right, but one more time, big thanks to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring today's video. And more importantly, big thanks to you guys for hanging out with me because, man, anytime I'm with you guys, it makes me want to say how it's great to be in the Empire today.
Oh, it's great to be in the Empire.